It's time for more Tumbling Tower Jenga block DIYs. I can't wait. Hey Bestie, this is Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. If you want to craft your best life with me, then let's get started right now. For this Tumbling Tower block DIY, I've got 16 blocks and this See You at the Beach light up sign, and they're all from the Dollar Tree. It's got one of those little tea light candle thingies in there. And then I've got these ceramic stars from the Dollar Tree. They always bring them out right before summer. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use hot glue to make this to show you, but you can certainly use wood glue as well. I'm going to put 6 pieces together and I'm going to make them 1, 2, 3 across, 1, 2, 3 across, and then attach them together. And I'm going to do 2 of those, which gives you a total of 12 pieces. Do you see that right there? Now I'm going to take those and I'm going to put them along the bottom longer sides of this piece from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to hot glue them directly to the bottom. If you want this to be taller, add another row. If you want it to be shorter, then only do 1 row. That's up to you. I'm now attaching the second side. This one is so easy. I'm trying to come up with ways to use the blocks where I don't have to build an entire thing, but just use them to accent something. So now I'm going to take 2 blocks, glue them together on the long, narrow sides, and then attach them to the 2 sides of this, making like a rectangular shape to be like a riser for this sign. I'm going to use my agave chalk paint from Waverly, and I'm just going to paint the whole outside of these blocks. This is one of my favorite summer colors to use. It's so pretty. Then I'm going to take some white paint, any white paint you want, and I'm just going to paint the inside and outside of the stars. There's 2 stars that hold this piece together and the little connectors. I didn't bother doing the inside of the base because nobody will see it, but you certainly can. Now I'm going to take my starfish. I'm going to hot glue it directly to the right side. Again, left side, right side, doesn't matter. I'm going to reinforce it a little on the back. And then I thought I wanted to look like a starfish. So I'm going to take my pumpkin colored chalk paint, because it's not like a bright orange. I'm going to water it down by putting some water on my brush and start dabbing on it until I get the shade of orange that I think looks the most like a starfish. And you can see it's just happening little by little. I'm just doing very light coats until it gets there. And I love that. I think it looks so much more real that way. Again, you can leave it white if that's your style. I found this greenery at the Dollar Tree. I don't know what it is because of the clear kind of plastic edges. It almost looks like seaweed. So I just glued some on towards the left, and then I added 1 more piece just above because I felt like that made it look like it was in the water more, kind of flowy, if you know what I mean. Add as much or as little as you like, and there it is. I love how this turned out. You could style it any way you want. And then I'm going to also show you what it looks like with the light on. Let me know what you think. For this Tumbling Tower DIY, we're going to need 22 blocks. And then I found this God Bless America sign that's like, it looks like a bottle cap. It's a metal sign from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take off the little hanger because we don't need that for this one. Then I'm going to take 6 blocks. I'm going to make a rectangle. So you see the shape here. I'm just going to hot glue 2 next to each other and then 2 below it, the same width as a block would be to stand between them. And I know just by looking at this, you will understand what I mean. Sometimes it's hard to describe how you're gluing blocks together, and that's why the visual is so important. Anyway, super easy. This just sticks great. Again, you can use wood glue if you want. For the purposes of crafting on a video, I'm going to just do this with hot glue. It goes a lot quicker for me not having to wait for it to dry. And believe it or not, it's pretty sturdy. I use the Gorilla hot glue sticks if anyone's wondering. Now I'm going to take for each corner and put 2 pieces just like the ones you see here next to each other. Then I'm going to take 2 more pieces and turn them into square legs, and this is going to be another kind of a riser. So you'll see here what I'm doing. I'm gluing at all the points where the block's going to touch another block. And then you'll see here the last block for this one corner. Again, I'm looking at it, deciding which parts of it are going to touch something, and then placing it. And you see how it turns into a little square? I'm going to do that for all 4 of the legs. There we go. And now it's a very sturdy base or riser for this. This would look so cute 4th of July putting things on it if you have company over, or even just to decorate your house. I'm going to use the ocean colored paint from Waverly, and I'm just going to paint the legs only. They're that beautiful blue that matches the front of this bottle cap piece. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really do enjoy your company, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, leaving such wonderful comments, even chatting with each other. This is such a wonderful group of crafting besties. I really love it. And this one's done. That's all there was to it. So easy. Like I said, you could put something on it. You could just set it on a shelf, whatever you want. If you have a larger tier tray, this could fit on that. Anyway, I love it. You will have to let me know what you think. For this tumbling tower DIY, I've got 8 blocks. I've got some mini cups, little like mini solo cups. And then I've got this really cool jute cord that's like regular colored with some blue in it. They put it out during the summer crafting supplies, like coastal looking things. I'm just gonna double up a piece of tape and set my blocks right on them. I'm gonna paint them white. This kind of holds it in place better when you're painting multiple blocks or little things. So I like to do that. And I'm just gonna get any white paint that I have handy, whatever you've got. I'm gonna paint all of the sides of the blocks. Now I painted 10, but it turned out I only needed 8. Next thing I'm going to do is take 8 of those little mini solo cups, and I'm going to use my hot glue gun and poke a hole in the top of each of them. Then I'm going to take that twine that I had, and I'm going to wrap it around the long ways of the Jenga block. When I get a piece on the top that's hanging off large enough or long enough, I'm going to wrap it around, and then I'm going to make sure I cut enough. I'm going to cut a total of 8 pieces so they're all the same length. Then I'm going to take it, bend it in half, and I'm going to put the Jenga block down in the middle and just set it there and hold it. See the long ways? I'm going to add a little drop of hot glue right there so that the twine or jute will stay in place. That's how this gets easier. Once it's in place, it's so much easier to hold it. Then I'm just going to tie a knot at the very top. I'm going to do that for all 8 of these little Jenga blocks, and these are going to become the ringer part of the bells. This is going to be a bell garland for the 4th of July, and I think it's so cute and fun and patriotic. Now I'm going to, after tying the knot, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the 2 ends that are left so I can poke them through the solo cup. Then I will tie another knot and glue that down, and that will secure the little ringer inside of the bell. You could use any colors for your country to make it patriotic, what fits your place of origin. Now, if you want to make your remaining string longer so it's a little easier to tie a knot, absolutely do that, and then you just cut off the excess anyway. I don't have as much excess to cut off, but there you go. You can see I did all 8 of them. You can see the little ringers, and now I'm just going to chop off the end there. I'm going to take this twine again, the jute, and I'm just going to spread them out as far apart as I want them and just hot glue it to the top of each of those knots. Now, this is not the end because this might not be sturdy enough, but for right now, I'm just going to place it there. See how I did that? I'm going to stretch it across the same distance between each one, and then at the ends of all of that jute, I'm going to tie a slip knot so there's a way to hang this up. Now, like I said, we're not done. This wouldn't be secure enough to keep those cups on there. So what we're going to do next is take this white nautical rope. I'm just going to pull apart. There are 3 strands. I'm going to pull apart one, tie a big hefty knot. I'm going to do it 2 times. So it'll be like not a single knot, but like a double knot. I'm going to cut off the end, add a dab of hot glue there, make sure it's dry, and then I'm going to cut off the other end and add another little dab of hot glue, make sure it's dry. Then I'm going to hot glue that knot to the top of every one of those bells, push it down really well so that it covers both the knot that was originally there and the jute, and will secure to the cup. If you see what I mean, I'll do the whole thing, and now we've got such a cute little bell garland. I love it. So easy to make, so quick. This would be fun to do with the kids and grandkids. I know they would love it. Let me know what you think of this one. For this tumbling tower block DIY, I'm going to use 18 blocks. And what we're going to do is make a stand for these 2 coastal pieces that I got at Dollar Tree. One is just a round sand dollar with the gold, and one is a fish with the gold. And you'll see what I'm going to do to those in a minute. So first things first, we're going to start with the Jenga blocks. And I'm going to start gluing them together on the shorter, thinner sides. I guess not the shorter, but the thinner sides. And so what we're going to do is put 2 and 2 together and then attach the 2 to each other. Now we're going to start stacking them one on another and gluing them. So we're going to make 2 stacks, one on each side at the same height, and they're going to each have 6 blocks. Now I did both of those, and then we're going to attach them right to the back side of the other 4 that we had already assembled. So you can see here it's starting to look like a little stand. You could make this as tall or as short as you want, depending on what you're going to put on it and how much weight it needs to bear. If it's something very heavy, you might even want to double up that back row. Now I'm going to take the 2 remaining blocks and on that thinner side, put them standing up in the front, and now that creates a little gap, which is the place where we're going to put what we're making. So the first thing I'm going to do is, with a lot of hot glue, very generous, put that fish on this gold sand dollar. Now, there's probably a better glue you could use, but for the purpose of the video, I'll use hot glue. I would recommend something more permanent, like E6000, something along those lines. Now I'm going to paint the entire stand with my Agave paint by Waverly. Again, one of my favorite paint colors they make, and perfect for summer or coastal themed DIYs. And there it is. And now I'm going to take this rub and buff. It's like an antique gold, and I'm going to rub it all over the fish to tone down how shiny it is, because we've already got the sand dollar really shiny. We don't need the fish as well. So you can see what a difference that made. Anyway, I really love that. I love how this looks. You could put anything in the stand that it could hold, and what a fun DIY. Let me know what you think. Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye!